many shows will you do up in Ottawa? How's the comedy scene out that way?
It's pretty good. I mean, every time I hear guys bitching about how small the rooms are here, I tell them, like, go to Toronto and see a small room if you want. There's not too many places in Ottawa where there's not at least 60 to 100 people in the audience.
Wow.
So they have it pretty good compared to some of the places I've been taken to in Toronto.
The Todd Shapiro Show, SiriusXM 168.
Mike.
Yes.
Oh, my man. How you doing, Mike?
Hanging in there.
Yeah. I got to tell you, before we start any of this, I'm just I'm grateful for your time. I know you don't like hearing this, but you're pretty good for a rookie comedian. You're doing a real good job.
Yeah.
Where are you now? Whereabouts are you?
I'm at home in Ottawa.
Yeah, we just had earlier on the show, we had Craig Lozon on. You know Craig?
I'm not sure.
Okay, he's on Air Force.
Familiar, but there's so many comedians now that I don't know all of them yet.
there are a lot of comedians. You've been in the game for a long time. How many years has it been for you now?
38.
Wow, to a T. Do you ever give your head a shake and just be like, A, why'd I choose this career? But B, oh my God, I'm glad I did.
Not really. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I can't see myself doing anything else. I mean, most jobs I would be fired for this kind of sense of humor.
That's good, man. And you got a big show on New Year's Eve. It's the Massey Hall show. We're friends with many of the people on the bill, including Nigel Grinstead and Julia Lakowitz. Aisha Brown's a good friend of ours. Ted Morris, I love. I'm going to take my dog to him to get his teeth cleaned too. He's a vet. And then, but a big show with and Caroline Ray, and then you, sir. Are you looking forward to it?
Well, yeah, Massey Hall is always great to play. It's one of my favorite venues. And, anytime you have an excuse to go to Toronto, it's nice.
Do you get here often to the big city?
Not as much as I'd like to, but, I usually do like 3 or 4 times a year, but I'd like to be there more often.
How many shows will you do up in Ottawa? How's the comedy scene out that way?
It's pretty good. I mean, every time I hear guys bitching about how small the rooms are here, I tell them, like, go to Toronto and see a small room if you want. There's not too many places in Ottawa where there's not at least 60 to 100 people in the audience.
Wow.
So they have it pretty good compared to some of the places I've been taken to in Toronto.
No, I mean, I just got back from New York, Mike, and even those rooms, I mean, you go to the Stand or you go to some of the rooms, like there are also just sometimes like 40 people in there, 30 people in there. So I find that in comedy, and this is just sort of from what I'm hearing from many comedians who I get to interview on the daily, is that they actually kind of like playing outside of the big cities because people really go there to support it as opposed to like, oh, it's just kind of something to do tonight. It's kind of funny how it works. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, to a point. I think, sometimes you get a little jaded audience in the big cities, but it's always nice to go to a place where they appreciate you. That's for sure.
You've never shied away from any of the personal battles that you've had. You've talked about very openly about stigma of mental health, drug addiction, and your diagnosis with hepatitis C and stuff. You had a liver transplant at one point. I don't need to get into it. I just want to know how you doing. Are you feeling all right?
Yeah. I mean, a long time ago, I sort of adopted the attitude of I play the cards that I've been dealt. So, and it's the old adage of talk about what you know, so I know about addiction. I know about mental health. I know about transplants now. So those are the things that I readily talk about. And, the nicest thing, it's nice when people say how funny you are after a show. But the best compliment I've received in the last little while was a guy a couple of years ago came up to me after a show and he said, "You're the reason I signed my donor card." And I went, "Oh, That's pretty nice. I like that compliment. That's pretty good.
No, it's actually very beautiful and inspirational. I just know about Nutella, and people just say, well, thank you. I never realized how good it would be with a little tortilla shell and banana. It's amazing. Okay. It's amazing how good that is. Mike, well, listen, I'm just so happy to talk to you. I've watched you for years, and again, I sometimes laugh to myself, like, you've been on Letterman and now you're doing my show, and I'm sorry it sunk so low for you, but I do really appreciate it. Any big plans for the Christmas season for you?
Yeah, I got a couple of things. I got a couple of legacy projects that I'm working on, so hopefully they'll come to light in the new year.
Oh, good, man. Well, enjoy your Christmas season, and we look forward to seeing you in Toronto, part of that Massey Hall show, which we speak of. It's going to be a big one on New Year's Eve. And do you know where people can go and get the tickets for that? Do we know?
I think there's probably a link if you Google Massey Hall, and I think you probably get tickets through them.
Yeah, it's pretty easy just to go and do that stuff. For some reason, on all the notes I have today, Mike, I don't have that note at all. But I know it's that simple. You just Google Massey Hall and Mike MacDonald. Hey, sir, if you're ever in Toronto during sort of the weekday or anything, we would love to have you in live in studio. And thank you for your time today. Have fun with the New Year's Eve show, and best of luck to you in 2017.
Oh, thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir. Mike MacDonald, everybody. What a legend.
The Todd Shapiro Show.
All right, we really appreciate you watching that video. Make sure you check out some more videos. Why not? Let's get caught in the Shapiro Show vortex right here. Or you can subscribe to the channel right here and check out videos at any point, because we're going to give you all the alerts. We do appreciate you being a part of our family. Most families hate each other, not ours. We love you.